The owner of TikTok, ByteDance, has exceeded $100 billion in valuation in the private market. So yes, TikTok is huge, very big right now. I don't know, Myles, do you remember MySpace? Were you around for that at all? Okay. So MySpace was once worth $12 billion, right? These social networks, but look, I mean, Yahoo itself was once worth a lot of money as well. There's lots of companies in this area that have had difficulty maintaining these valuations. What do you, 100 billion for TikTok? I mean, frankly, WeWork was close to that. And now look at WeWork. Is this a real number?
Look, it's a real number if someone, kind of sold their shares. And that's basically what the Bloomberg story is saying, that, a secondary market private transaction valued some percent of the stake at $100 billion. I mean, it doesn't seem far-fetched to me, right? If you look at the engagement that TikTok has, I think the potential of the platform, we can assume that Instagram is worth, I'd say, at least $250 billion. If you look at their sales trajectory, that'd basically be like 12 times their most recent sales based on what we think is happening inside of Facebook. So I don't think $100 billion for TikTok is crazy. The question is, can they keep this momentum, and can they avoid the kinds of missteps that tripped up, say, a Snapchat? Now, Snapchat's righted a lot of those wrongs, but Snapchat's not worth anything close to $100 billion. Twitter, I think, has punted and stumbled through a lot of key moments in its history. Really, Facebook has been the only social network that has actually done what social networks are supposed to do, which is acquire as many users as possible and monetize them all in an effective and efficient manner. And so I think the road to TikTok justifying $100, $200, $300, $400 billion valuation is certainly challenged. We know the personnel move they made earlier this week, bringing over Kevin Mayer from Disney. That makes them appear very serious in their efforts, to make this happen. But at the same time, then there's the entire regulatory issue, Chinese listed companies in the US, the Luckin situation. What does that say about all this? So I think there's a lot of hurdles along the way, but it doesn't seem crazy to me that the thing teens love most would be worth $100 billion.
Well, and guys, along with getting more serious as a business, we know TikTok getting more serious, hiring Kevin Mayer, getting more serious also often ends up meaning ruining your app, doesn't it? And we expect that some more mature form of advertising is going to come. As someone who has reluctantly finally downloaded TikTok amid coronavirus, I notice that sometimes when I fire up the app, you see an ad play, and it always takes me a second to realize it's an ad. Just like on Instagram, sometimes I think they are intentionally misleading, and it looks like it's just a TikTok. And then you're like, wait a minute, this is an ad. And usually it's like a movie trailer, something like that. But I noticed that at the top right of the screen, there's an option to just stop the ad. It says skip ad, and I tap that right away. And that's nice that you could just skip the ads, but eventually you would think they're not going to let you just skip the ads so easily because they're going to want to monetize. And that's when the rubber hits the road and you see if people want to stay on the platform. I think Instagram has a lot more ads now than it ever did before, but I also think, and maybe this is to the credit of the brands that advertise on there, the ads tend to not be super, super obnoxious and invasive. Ads I see on Twitter are awful.
Sorry, which one do you think are non-invasive? The Instagram ones?
Instagram. I think usually, especially for like apparel brands or products, they usually look just the same as an actual Instagram post would look from that brand. So I just scroll on past it.
I have never been fed an ad in TikTok. Now, maybe I missed it being an ad, I guess. I don't know. As you said, they try and make them just look regular. But yeah, once you start messing with the engagement and getting that feed all cluttered, TikTok's audience is different than people that were on Facebook and were already connected with all their family. And we're like, all right, fine. Your mom's going to take all these ads. I'm not sure that a 14-year-old is going to put up with it, but I don't know. Dan, you've done a very good dance on TikTok. I have not. I tried to get Myles and I to do TikTok when we were in the studio and we could never do it. So there we are. It was
ironic, like, haha, look, old people on TikTok.
You did a good job. I can't figure out all that stuff.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.